so there's the screenshot that's been going around the last few days, which, when I first saw it, I thought was pretty good. It was this has been discussed before, you're just 21 bit, which, was good at first. Except now I've seen the context behind it and responses to it, and, I gotta say, I'm now on the 21-year-old side, actually. Like, yeah, we need to get over, like, the algorithmic language of, like, why isn't anyone talking about this, or has anybody noticed this? But also, there is a way to tell somebody, hey, yeah, no, this discussion's been done before, without sounding like a patronizing prick. Anyway, hi, hello, it's stream time. So, right, it's time for what is almost certainly going to be the finale of Deltarune Chapter 5. I am ready to be sad. I've done my best to not think of Deltarune today, because I think of the Flower Crew and I'm like, oh man, they're so great. Toby Fox is about to rip my heart out, huh? Also, speaking of that, let's bring up the Pink Coin Collection video. So let's see, I also got a bunch of bits of dialogue as well that I missed, by not going back initially. But yeah, all in all, this took me about 50 minutes overall, with a couple of breaks in the middle of it, but nonetheless, it is a good thing that I did not do this on stream, because it would have taken a hot minute. And then I maybe wouldn't have gone back to see this guy. He's so sad if you try to leave. I did miss you, buddy. Alright. We also, get this. If we come back here, after Yellow's gone. Wasn't talking to you, man. Yeah, me either. The shop takes a different tone, also Orange is here. See, I don't think most of the dialogue changes too much, but you do get slightly different, intro and outro line. Also, yeah, I'm just buying some of this, because I figured I might as well. And if we talk, shop owner also acknowledges that the world will be gone. How is it now? I had not realized it. Yeah, completely different talking style. But yeah, bit of sadness here. This one took me slightly too long to get, but yeah, you just need to go to the upper area first, because there's a fan that pushes everything along, otherwise you just do not have the space to jump from one to the next. You can't actually get roll save to hang on to these if you're on top of the flower. You get these umbrellas, which basically you have to jump as you fall on top of them, and then you'll jump higher. So I did miss this spell card initially. It's not terribly difficult or anything, but, it is in the way. And also, here's the first instance of this guy trying to get the cheese. I missed the first instance of it, so it was just a non sequitur when I found it going to the secret boss. But now it makes total sense. So anyway, if you muck this one up, you actually come down to this area, which I don't think I really explored all that much. And over here we've got a scarecrow who's not an enemy. I would absolutely hate you. Good thing I'm not an enemy, then. So yeah, if you say that, you can just move along. Seems a little sad about it. But you know what? I actually wouldn't mind if you're an enemy. It's a good thing he's not, though, but Wait a minute. Oh my god! It was a trick! I can't believe I've been betrayed like this. And then once you defeat the Scarecrow, it goes from an enemy to no enemy. It's very good. So anyway, let's actually get the thing we're here for, which is the pink coin. So yeah, there were 2 in the cliffs and then 1 on each side of the castle. So yeah, if you actually do this well, you land here, you go across here, and you jump up here. Also, I did cut it out, but whilst they can hang on the end of the umbrellas, and when you jump on top of them, he gets thrown to the ground and splats. I figured I didn't really need to include that, though. So yeah, Seth told those ninjas to be absolute nerds. I don't know if he does, honestly. Oh right, Chris, stop going the hole. But what if I like the hole, though? Actually, I missed the hole. Great. Alright, so here's this set of documents over here. Tried to hide these from us. Simon says something about black shards. I hear they're with you wherever you go. They will find you quickly. They're sharp. Yep, by the night. Yep, the night has been making all of the fountains. Don't question any of us about it, because we didn't make the fountains. Chris, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble about this one. No. Yeah, so... I've been getting hints about that overall. Oh yeah, here's a Chris act. You get money for that, but the real reward is satisfaction. Here's Aqua. My color changed. Does my name change too? I'm just kind of bathing in it. And, look, I know I didn't necessarily need to keep these, but I wanted to. That's the perfect screaming clip. This guy's dialogue changes. So everything goes on your schedule, huh? I could be a strong boy. And here's the actual room that I did go to. So yeah, it's another room with these things, which I've not been great with. This is a little easier, but yeah, no, I can't get quite as used to these as easily as I did the simple arrow ones. There we go. And now that we're up here, I won't muck that one up again. Sometimes you kind of just need to go straight up to get a little bit of momentum going. And then I got this one in too, because, yeah, I didn't quite get enough distance in this first instance, but the second, oh, you better believe, I was prepared to be a little more right than I'd be normally comfortable with. So there's that coin.
Hey guys, I think I found a glue.
I think I found a glue. So, it says that the sign has a hint, and that's why I ignored it the first time. It's not the hint so much as it is a tutorial, which I guess is a kind of hint, sure, but I thought it was going to spoil the puzzle for me. And yeah, Ralsei does actually give you the exact measurements you need to jump. And yeah, I did not notice the folding screen here, so wound up missing this spot. So yeah, we got this guy in the background. The pink coin is easy enough to get, so we're actually done now. But, you know, the true reward is in this lantern right here. Which, one thing I didn't really cotton on to that much the first time is, you actually get a lot more distance with these things if you hit them, or if you stun with them with Susie first. That way you do this, and then you do this, and they actually go further. So yeah, we get this train here. Heck yeah. You go get him, train. This rules. I'll say, how do you know Simpsons references? Did somebody just have, like, a DVD collection of The Simpsons at school? You're also a choo-choo chosen. And then here's where Susie just calls you a slut. I'm sorry, Chris, that's probably on me. Alright. And, yeah, after a bit, I just decided to leave, because it doesn't seem like there's too much else on the train. And thankfully you don't have to pay to see this bit of dialogue when he realizes there are no pink coins left. I think I was allergic to those. Alright, and there we go. That is the pink coin collection. And yes, I did not actually choose my equipment yet. We're gonna do that now, and I think I know what my loadout's gonna be. We're gonna go in. So I've said for certain, Seth, you're gonna need my tactics. Yeah, 100 flowery dollars and 3 pink coins. Alright, we got those. Green apron armor. Alright, so those are my two obvious ones, because these just sound like very useful bits of equipment. Let me just remind myself what these do, but I'm not going to take them. Because, yeah, Scythe Mirror I have not used at all. I don't know if chapters 6 or 7 are going to have more moments of tiring out the enemies, but... I don't know if I'm going to use them, because that's not usually my strategy. Yellow Hat spells are 20% stronger. That does sound very tempting. Part of me does want to go with that one. And no matter what, I kind of have to separate somebody from somebody else. To a certain extent. Oh, only so many people can be here in spirits. So I'm taking green, but also... Look, this is more of a sentimental choice. If I were going purely for tactics, I would be going for all of the armors. But... I can't leave Aqua behind. It'll be easier to get critical hits. I don't even care if it's weaker than the shard. I'll still have it as a trophy in my inventory. I don't think there is Wise Choice Blue. Yeah, that was part of my thinking as well. We've already seen that there have been enemies that, like, you can't spare. Titans and Titan spawn, you just have to kill. Unless someone else decides to come to your aid. Oh. Flowery Scarf, Ralsei's ultimate weapon, only costs 1 flower dollar. Aww. I've normally been on your side for this, Ralsei, but... Oh. A scarf which says, I heart Flowery on it. It's the perfect size for Ralsei. It doesn't fit. I wonder if we'll be able to equip this afterwards. Once Flowery is gone, maybe Ralsei will cool down on him a bit. Alright, so that just leaves... Green Apron or Seth specs. Become invulnerable for longer after being damaged. Wearer recovers 16% of the max HP after defending. I feel like, since Chris is first in the order, it makes more sense for Chris to take the Green Apron. So you take the Seth specs. Attack's worse, but that's fine. But yeah, Chris usually winds up defending. And meanwhile, I think... I do want... If it's a percentage, that's fine. I still think Susie also winds up tanking things anyway, and Chris needs to be alive for things. Defense goes down, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I'm looking at more like... Chris needs to be alive more than anybody else. And sometimes Chris is also on their own, so I just think, should I need to defend? I think that makes the most sense. Susie's not getting a lot out of this deal, but yeah. And then Seth Specs helps Ralsei survive. Because Ralsei's got the least HP, so iframes count the most if I'm just being bad at dodging things. And yeah, that's an entire 6 fewer attack, but you know what? Screw it. We're taking Aqua with us. Alright, I'm gonna save before I change my mind. Alright, so with that, we can go to top of castle, green shop. We've got one more potential door, so... there's still more for us to do. I did buy a few more things from the vending machine. Figured I'd restock those. And, yeah, I think we are... moving on ahead, then. Doing alright, Ralsei? Oh, there you are. Okay, so what are we facing now? We've got a wardrobe. Don't need the wardrobe, because I just saved and therefore healed. Hey, Orange. Beating one of us is nothing! How about all of us? Aqua final combo attack. Oh, we pressed them. Actually, no, they're pressing themselves. That's the attack. Alright, well that wasn't quite all of you, and I didn't take any damage. Nice of you to give me that before everybody came in, though. Oh boy. That hat's not looking too good. Not too many more hits. No, I'm still good on HP. Uh-oh. Oh, different music. I see what I can do when I'm not hungry. Should probably wait to Susie until that does that. There we go, now I can combo this one. Uh-oh, 2 boxing gloves. The normal amount of boxing gloves. Oh, here we go. Whoop. Whoop. Ooh. Hey, Green. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Oop. We're silent for this one. Oh, and that's the last door. Amazingly, you're already there. So what's this called? Castle Top. Alright, here we go. Hey, Flowery. Look, Chris, you're gonna have to face your dad. It's gonna be real awkward. Oh. Yeah. Oof. I was wondering when we'd hear about this.
Lend me your power!
Oh. Bravely colored heart. That's blue. Orange. Alright. Boss has got the gimmick this time. Oh, tapping works too. Cool. It has its own lyrics. I don't think I'm gonna be able to actually keep up with the lyrics. Alright, so let's see. Posey. 64% TP for 10% Mercy. Oof. 10% Mercy for Farless. Okay. Somebody's absolutely gonna do a cover of this, of course. Attack, flower. Defense, flower. Being taken shape from the golden flower. Everything about it is an illusion. But with hope, can he make it real? They are really nice. Oh. Oh, this looks so cool. Flowery holds on to his dream. Alright. Everyone pose together. You engaged in a perfect pose. He's using his Girona against us, it's so powerful. Let's go again. Oh, blow away. Oh, we're doing all of them. Oh, shoot, I meant to skip that. Okay. EP Max, Flowery blooms in bravery. You know, Flowery is a weirdly difficult name to say sometimes. He made Flowery's hair blow beautifully. Uh-oh. Oh no! We got mercied. Okay. How are we on HP? Not great. Oh my god, okay. We've only got so much time, though. Also, that takes 64% of TP. You know what? You get a lot of TP back at a time. Screw it, I'm gonna... say you. Green Team Raw say. Whoa, whoa. Okay. That's cool. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna say... S action... Lowry... Okay. We're all good to go with Spin Z. Yep, there they go. Orange. Okay. Flowery's little sister Orange and the kitchen partner Green appeared. Alright. Crazy. I'm gonna risk it. Go for it. Everyone praises Flowery. Uh-oh. Kidding? Oh, nice one. Okay. We have to break here anyway, so... defend... Actually, this would help. Fancy. Yeah, go for it. Okay. Not doing great. I'm gonna go for regular praise and item. Let's go for the weakest one first. Send for TP. Alright. Okay. Doing good so far. Yeah, I've not paid attention to, like, any of the lyrics, but the tune is very good. Oh, there's a trial. Okay, defends. Actually, no. Defend. You green tea yourself. Ralsei needs the defense overall. Hits. It's fine though, TP max, perfect. Okay, act, Flowery, justice. Alright, hangs from the wall, has a bite taken out of it. A prisoner wears it. I don't think we were put into this. Also, yeah, that is extremely good. We weren't hung from the wall either, but we did eat some moss. This moss was their prison food, and Chris definitely doesn't like eating moss.
Take that!
No, we got that legally. Yeah, this is a gift. Well, I'll say no. Do I have to? Ooh, not great. Ugh. Dang, took that one. Okay, she looks like she has an idea. She does she? 48% TP? Okay. You'll heal. You green to yourself, Susie. Okay. Alright, Susie idea. Go, go, go. You listen to Susie's idea. You know, I hadn't even paid attention to that. You could throw Chris. Oh. Hell yeah! We're really good at being thrown. Short top. Don't stop, just go. Oh, I see that heart. It's not gonna be useful still.
With your powers combined,
Oh boy. Okay, so this
Omega
is...
Flowery! Blast Gerona! Gerona! Gerona!
There we go. Dang it.
Gerona!
Okay.
Gerona! 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 Gerona!
I don't know if I need to mash, but I'm mashing anyway. Oop. Didn't need to mash, just needed to press. Oh, you're not looking too good, buddy. Oh. Thanks, Blue. I know that tune. You can't fool me. I know a burger truckin' when I hear it. Oh, that is a lot to look at. Also, Azrael's green. I feel like that somehow contributes to my, or I'll say is, the Dark World version of Chris is longing for their brother. Hmm. Ooh. Oh, don't be rude to your flowers. Oh. Okay, look. Like, if he gets evicted from the flower shop, I'll vouch for him to move into the school. You can have a Dark World. Hmm. Oh. You're really gonna make me do this, huh? You don't have to be that smug about it. Well, maybe the situation. Don't know about Susie's situation, though. Mm-hmm. The longer you look, the harder it is to tell if they're a monster at all. Yeah, I'll say it's their own person. They literally can't leave the screen. I don't know if I'm into the guitar riff right now. Huh. Fair question. Silver Knight's pretty sure of themselves. Just one hands. Oh my god. This is going to kill me. Some enemies showed up. I don't want to press the next button. Really don't want to press the button. You can ignore my fake statistics. Who needs stats anyway? Feeling the guitar riff even less. Oh. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. Oh. Got your ass. Oh, 915 1990 something. Oh. Well, I don't think they mind. Okay, can't look at anything closely. Although there was a book. But I feel like Chris isn't looking to read anything in there. Also, this is ominous. Well, we've got 2 more chapters left to figure that out. We're going. Okay. I'm going to guess this is fairly linear. Oh yeah, I can't even look at the houses. Wait a minute. Wait, is there anything over here? Oh wait, it's this place. And then... Not over there. Okay. You know, it's really rude of Toby Fox to personally come over to everybody's house and kill them emotionally for playing his video game. Why would Toby do this? have to check just in case. Oh, no, too late. Well, if there was something hidden to the south, then... guess I missed it. Okay, good. It did seem pretty linear, but you never know. Well, I mean, in an alternate dimension, I might have considered that. Alright, so what are we doing, huh? Gonna rip me out right here, or... oh no, we're just going to end. Alright, I guess we have to wait a year to see how Chris kicks her ass. So I think this might be my favorite chapter so far. But it did also just hit me over the head with a 2x4. So you'll have to forgive me for being a little stunned. Oh, there is slightly more. Aww. Oh no. Oh, I have a bad feeling. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, but like Chris, Rudy didn't actually fall down, right? Like, you wouldn't have gone along with this whole thing if you were actually injured, right? In Chapter 6. God, yeah, there's a bit of that. I knew at the very least it would cut to Chris alone after seeing everybody else. Just happy, but, Yeah, we're just back to regular Deltarune. Yeah, now we gotta wait probably about a year. Okay, so I'm still calling it now. I think that was a fake call. I feel like Carol is absolutely the type of person who would pretend to do that because she's just that against that relationship, but I feel like if Rudy were actually injured, then I think even she'd be concerned. She's terrible, but she's not completely awful. Oh shoot, I saw a bit of dialogue this morning. I'm watching somebody else's stream, and I don't think I talked to Burger Pants twice in the initial bit. Because he mentioned something about just being, the groupie of the band that Chris, Azriel, and Des were in, I believe it was. I forget who was into who in that situation, but... yeah, yeah, okay, that's right, thank you. Yeah, Azriel and Des. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like... oh, Pizza Pan, sorry. Sorry, a different reality. But, yeah, I don't know, I feel like... Chris might just be jealous of people in general. I don't know if there's any one person they're necessarily jealous of. But I don't know, I feel like they might have a thing for Des, and that never went anywhere. I feel like things between them and Noelle are more awkward than anything else, so yeah, I think if anything it would probably be Susie, but I feel like Chris is maybe a little distant from a lot of people. At the very least, in general, I feel like, not being in control of anything anymore is not helping them. Because I also feel like you probably don't have romantic feelings for Noelle just from the way she reacts to Chris coming on to her in the other route. But yeah, we've still got 2 chapters to figure out what their deal is. If they ever say a word on screen, I'm going to have a panic attack on the spot. And I still feel like the vessel's gonna come in at some point. Yeah, that's also an element of it, because they're very clearly protective of Noelle. Again, going back to the other route, not just the main one. And the main one, they're just like a normal amount of protective. Same as you'd be for, any other character you're partnered with, but when you start being terrible to Noelle, they really hate your guts. Yeah. I feel like Chris has a lot of complicated emotions. Now they're most likely working for the mother of the family they have complicated feelings about. It's a weird situation. But yeah, chapter 5, right, yeah, thoughts and feelings on chapter 5. Yeah, Flower Crew I definitely think is the best one, specifically because they were written with the intent that you have to like them in this chapter. Because they're not going to make it through there. I still feel like they're at least gonna, get like a wave in at the end, Credits roll, we'll see them pop up at least a little bit. And we do at least have 3 of them in spirit. Again, there was no wise choice there. I can't bring them all, so it's not going to feel good in any capacity, but I feel 2 of them I brought with me both, for the reason of they're very good items, I think, as far as equipment goes. But also they're my emotional choice as well. Yeah, no, they were all really charming, and, yeah. Highly effective writing. I guess I'll just leave it at there, because I'm trying to think about it, and I'm just getting emotional again. But yeah, I think also in terms of gameplay, this one was also pretty good. Good set of enemies. Liked them. I feel like I was particularly bad at the bullet patterns in this game overall, but it's fine. Sometimes I'm just bad at things. The side-scrolling portions were cool. I'm also surprised that the climbing sections were still in. I thought those would only be a Chapter 4 thing, but it looks like it's, at the very least gonna survive into this chapter, but it definitely feels like you can do a lot with kind of leading the player with the climbing sections. So I could see those continuing to be in the last two chapters. Also, I had the thought at some point, is Chapter 7 just gonna be, like, Undertale backwards, though? Like, are we gonna get to the bunker at the end of Chapter 6 and then just have to go backwards through there? Also, I still don't know how the vessel's coming in, but I feel it in my bones. That's gonna be important at some point. There's absolutely... The vessel's gonna come into play. I'm very scattered, but, music was good, obviously. I'm looking at the folder that I copied from the Steam soundtrack. It's been here so I could just throw it into my iTunes the moment we're done with the stream. Now that none of that's a spoiler. I'm gonna just shove that in there once we're done. Gonna have that music. Gonna watch like a million covers of Flower Man. Because, yeah, I missed all of the lyrics of that. Look, the screen's very big for me, and that's like the corner of the screen I'm not looking at. Looking at the everything else. I don't really have a definitive chapter ranking in my mind. But I do think this one's at the top. Did not know how I'd be crying at the end of this one, but yep, game sure proved me right. Also, again, scattered, so like, this is a very meandering kind of post-chapter thoughts. The secret boss felt, way... Like, at a glance it felt more difficult than some of the other secret bosses. I got that one on my second attempt, actually. I said third last time, but I looked over the footage again, and no, that was actually second try. Like, it's more intimidating than it looks, I think. I don't think it's gonna be harder than Roaring Knight, but... Managed to item my way through that one. I might have gotten through that in the first go if I had a better item setup, but I also would not say that confidently. A lot of that was experimenting. I'm also glad repeatedly getting stuck in the corner did not screw me out of that at the end there. Because I just kept looking where I wanted to be going, and sometimes I must have pressed the buttons incorrectly and not gone the right direction. I mean, it is kind of a rarity, but also, like, I don't know Toby Fox personally or anything, but I'm at least vaguely aware of his friend circle, so, like, I think being an empathetic person and knowing people is enough to kind of nail these. But yeah, I think he's just writing characters particularly well. But also, yeah, this did come out in Pride Month, and man, alongside certain other things that released this month, been a whole lot of, I say a lot of, it's been 2 bits of media that have had fairly prominent trans characters, which is both cool and also infuriating, because now we know how few people are equipped to understand what a trans narrative is, and boy oh boy, are people really mad when you actually know how to read trans characters and they don't, and you pick up on things that they don't, and they're pretty sure they're right. So yeah, that part's been a bit infuriating, but you know. Yeah, getting Toby Fox just really not being that subtle in this chapter about the whole thing has been kind of nice. This chapter started with Ralsei being thrown into a closet. I mean, it's a wardrobe, but a wardrobe's just a closet on its own. And I made the joke about that early on, but no, actually. Subtlety of the sledgehammer in the rest of the chapter. But yeah, very productive Pride Month. I know Dungeon Gals came out the month before, but you know what? It was there for me in June, so you know what? I'm counting that too. Got a lot of good stuff last month. All pretty solid. Thumbs up. Alright, well, I feel like I'm going to be incoherent longer if I keep going. I think I'm gonna stop myself here. Because, yeah, I have so many thoughts, and they're just kind of bouncing around at this point. I'm just kind of shuffling around trying to catch them. Good chapter. Again, I don't really have a ranking, but I think this one's at the top for the most part. I don't know, I also don't want to put anything at the bottom. Probably be either chapters 1 or 3 if I had to. Not in a sense of, like, I hate them or anything, but just from a sense of something's gotta be that low, and it's either the necessary exposition or the chapter I had to play through twice because I did not do well on the first map. Honestly, yeah. I feel like a lot of what works about Chapter 4's ending is the fact that it's part of the larger narrative, and there's a lot of, it's not really foreshadowing exactly, because we don't, it didn't really drop anything exact, I guess it is foreshadowing, but yeah, that's part of the big narrative that we're still kind of waiting for the payoff of. Like, we gotta figure out, like, what was in that last panel that Susie smashed. But Chapter 5, I feel like, is... The devastating part is self-contained within the chapter, I guess. There's a period on this, and so... I feel like, in a way, that, to me, makes it hurt a bit more, because we got the Flower Crew, we got their story. You don't really need that much other context from the other chapters for this to be really emotionally evocative. Like, the theming of flowers was a really good one. And I kind of just got to the heart of it at the end there, like, these are temporary things. There are flowers, you know, every year. New ones will come back, but the flowers themselves will bloom and then they'll vanish, and yeah, this chapter just being the moment these flowers had after being supported by Asgore is just, man. It's also messed up that the Dark World produced a flower that was based on Asgore's friend. And since this is Asgore's Dark World, we can recognize that Asgore realized his friend had feelings for him that he could not reciprocate. And man, that's just painful. I've got to look up the lyrics. That's the real reason I need to end the stream. I need to just look that one up. Need to cry about that. I've got 23 minutes before I have to be presentable around other human beings over voice chat. But yeah, no, I guess if I'm trying to think of, like... You know, Deltarune, of course, is good as a big narrative. But I think the really strong bit of storytelling is the fact that even though, I compared this to Paper Mario earlier, and how each chapter is kind of its own thing. I think Deltarune does that better than a Paper Mario. Because, like, each one is kind of a little story all on its own, but I don't feel like they are quite as in-depth. Like, this is overall... The Dark Worlds themselves are kind of just each their own little short stories. So I guess if I really wanted to figure out which ones are my favorites, then... I feel like I'd just go by... What Dark World is my favorites? Like, you can't completely discount, the Light World sections or anything. But... I feel like, each chapter can actually be kind of self-contained a little bit. Other than, you know, the overall story of Chris and group. I think that's the only thing that's really outside of each narrative within each Dark World. I'm not gonna like Chapter 5's first round. In fairness, I am hoping that at some point Weird Route once again calls out people who are just watching the Weird Route instead of playing it. Like that's one of the most fun parts about Genocide Route of Undertale is just... There's even something there to kick you if you decide you're not gonna do it yourself. If you're watching this on the internet, Flowey will call you out, and I absolutely want that again. Like, please, just punch me in the face for wanting to experience this. Like, I feel like kind of the meta-narratives of these games are very tongue-in-cheek insofar as, like, I don't actually think that you're a terrible person in real life for doing those routes, because they exist, and clearly Toby Fox likes the angst of it all. But, I don't know. I feel like you have to have fun with the idea that, like, you are experiencing this narrative, and it understands that it is just a story, because part of the story of Undertale is that it's just a story. And it's how you, as a person, interact with it, so... I don't know, I think it's also fun if it just says, yeah, there's this route that's here, and you might not want to do it yourself, and we're still going to include you for doing that. I think that's funny. Some people probably would misinterpret that, but again, you gotta have fun with it. This is a story about stories, and it has fun being a story about stories. Alright, anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. That was really good. Chapter 5 was very solid, and I'm going to think about it for a while, and then I'm going to stop because there is the cliffhanger of what's going on with Rudy. I'm pretty sure he's fine, but even if he is, there's implications of Carol being that desperate to get Noelle away from the situation and give Chris an excuse to Dark World it up. And also, yeah, no, the chapter ends with them making a room for Noelle. There is no way it's going to be that simple. There's no way Noelle's just gonna be like, oh, hey, how's it going, guys? We can go on adventures now? Sure, cool. Like, I wouldn't put it past the entire UI to change to fit in Noelle, but it's not gonna be that simple. Would be a very cool twist if Chapter 6 were about bringing Noelle into it properly this time. But, yeah, it's probably gonna be out next year. We didn't get an exact guess at the, to be continued this time, but fingers crossed it'll be sooner rather than later, so... Right, yeah, that'll be that for now. I've got a song to go listen to, so, have a good night, y'all, and I will see... Oh, wait. I can't just stop right there. I have other things I have to say. Right, yeah, I do other streams. I know it's been a week of Deltarune, but I do other streams. And now I'll be free from the curse of extra long streams. In fact, I am today. The stream is slightly shorter. So yeah, we're back to the regular schedule, so that means next Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, it's back to Star Force 2. Gio, is just gonna be hanging out with his friends, and I'm sure nothing will go horribly wrong. Also, Omega Sis might be possessed by a ninja, because he ate a shuriken. These things happen sometimes. So I'll get back to that. Saturday, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern, Street Fighter 6 World Tour. I am so behind on Ingrid. That's ominous. So behind. Ingrid came out like a month ago. I think it's Yasmin that comes out, in August. So, probably gonna be doing some, Street Fighter, and then probably won't be that long before the next Street Fighter. Though that depends on how long the thing that happens after that is, but either way though, the last stream is Tuesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That one is, Dragon Quest III. Gonna be starting that. Looking forward to that, because the only other Dragon Quest game I've played was 4. Played that alongside, the LP look, and I did. I think that should be a good time. I'll get back to Cyberpunk eventually, but I don't want to yet. That's it for stream stuff, but you can catch the VODs on YouTube. I'm Fefner Masamune on there. And hey, guess what? There are LPs there as well. Mega Man 04 is Monday, Sonic Advance 2 is Wednesday, And there's nothing this Friday, but starting next Friday, not tomorrow Friday, the Friday that happens after that, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. And then that's it for that stuff, but if you want to support me, you can do so through Patreon or Ko-fi. I'm Fefner on both those sites, and you can find the links easy enough in the Twitch bio or underneath the YouTube videos. Alright, well then. Guess I'm gonna just lay my head face first into a park table. I'm going to become a pineapple. Goodbye.